Bomb threats in western Michigan.
And bombing in Tunisia. Hi, I'm John Krieger.
And I'm Hannah Regan, and this is Public Eye News.
All right, well, this will be a good show. We're on air now, so.
Local Marquette restaurant Van Gogh's has plans to add an outdoor patio to the back entrance, along with renovations to the building. The update's estimated cost is about $225,000. The Downtown Development Authority has given Van Gogh's an $80,000 grant to start their project.
Yes.
The renovations will start late April and are hoped to be finished by July 4th. After the renovations are made, more staff will be added to enhance the Van Gogh's experience. Due to tax value and tax breaks for the new Duke Life Point Hospital, multiple Marquette entities such as Presque Isle Power Plant, Marquette Schools, and libraries could be forced to refund over $5.5 million. On Monday night, the Library Board of Trustees met at the Peter White Public Library in full support of the community. The board is worried about the library's future because of the hospital tax breaks. The library has to refund $30,000 and may have to repay an additional $101,000 if WE Energies wins their tax dispute. Library Director Pam Kristinen says the board will be cutting more hours and has discussed the possibilities of the library completely closing on Mondays.
A decision by the Board of Education last week will leave the current Gwinn Area Community School Superintendent Drew Milleron jobless. Board member Bill Norton said they have reached the decision because they felt Milleron was not suitable for the challenges in the Gwinn School District. Milleron was hired last year under a 3-year contract, but there was a provision that could relieve him of his duties after a year with a 90-day termination notice. Applications are currently being accepted for the position. A 16-year-old Gladstone boy has been taken into custody for stealing a car and then later crashing it. Late Tuesday afternoon, Gladstone Public Safety responded to the car theft on Delta Avenue's 800 block. During the investigation, they received another call about a car crash on the 2400 block of 3rd Avenue North. It was determined that both incidents involved the same vehicle. The suspect is being held at Pines Bay, facing possible charges of car theft, assault on an officer, malicious destruction of property belonging to an officer. And
a bomb threat has triggered security to step up at Gerald R. Ford International Airport in western Michigan. A threat was received at the Grand Rapids Airport, specifically to its terminal building around 4 a.m. Wednesday. The increase in security includes extra law enforcement on hand from the state police and the Kent County Sheriff's Department. Airport officials say the heightened police presence will remain for the day to help keep passengers calm and safe. State police and dogs have searched the nearby area terminals and have found no threats. The United States Championship Cheese Contest kicked off Tuesday in Milwaukee with a record of 1,885 entries from 28 states. There are over 100 new cheeses this year. Most are flavored. Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association Executive Director John Umheyer states there has been a 10% increase in entries from the last national event in 2013. Judges will inspect, sniff, and taste entries through Wednesday as the final round comes up on Thursday night. And after the break, we will have your national and international news. Stay tuned.
Her voice was loved by millions. Her spirit touched our hearts. Now hear Judy Garland's remarkable life story in her own words.
I am going to talk. And everybody just better sit on the bench and watch the ball game.
American Masters celebrates the life of Judy Garland.
Friday evening at 9 on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. Authorities have reported a major attack on a museum in the Tunisian capital, leaving 21 people dead. Tunisia's prime minister told national television that out of the 21 killed, 17 of them were tourists from Italy, Poland, Germany, and Spain. 2 of the attackers were shot down by police, with authorities on the hunt for the others involved who managed to escape. The identity of the attackers is unclear, with security forces under intense investigation. It was among the worst attack in years for a tourist site in Tunisia, which was attempting to solidify its young democracy and prevent violence by Islamic extremists. Isaac Herzog, head of the left-center Zionist Union, conceded defeat and congratulated Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on his victory in the Israel elections earlier today. Netanyahu's party earned 30 of the 120 seats available in parliament and appears to put him in a good place to put on a coalition government together with its allies. The opposing Zionist Union won 24 seats, however. Herzog spoke to its reporters outside his home and said that Israel needed, quote, another voice, a voice that offers an alternative and a voice that tells it the truth, end quote. The Sunni province of Anbar may be the key to retake Mosul, the second largest city in the country, from ISIS, according to Iraq's defense minister. Khaled al-Obidi said they needed to secure Anbar before planning the Mosul rescue so that it is not compromised by the enemy in the midst of fighting. Anbar was the first to fall under control of ISIS last year. Al-Obidi's comments show the challenges faced by Iraqi forces backed by U.S.-led coalition airstrikes to recover the territory. Currently, Iraqi soldiers backed by the Iran and Shiite militia allies are fighting to save the Tikrit without U.S. airstrikes.
Robert Durst, a troubled real estate successor, has been transferred to a state prison with a mental health unit. It is said he is considered a suicide risk. Durst will remain in custody on gun charges while waiting to be moved to Los Angeles to face the murder charges of Susan Berman's death. A city judge had ordered that Durst stay in the New Orleans jail. The New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office appealed the order, and Louisiana's 4th District Circuit Court of Appeals ruled Tuesday night in favor of the sheriff. The circuit court says the sheriff has sole authority to decide where to house inmates needing mental health treatment. A third test will be done by the Secret Service to determine if a letter to the White House contains cyanide. The Secret Service says the testing came back negative, but a second test showed yesterday came back presumptive positive for cyanide. A facility that is away from the White House had received the letter Monday for the routine screening. Suspicious letters are often sent to the political leaders, including the president. Some tests come out positive for hazardous, even deadly. Microsoft informed attendees of its Reborn Windows hardware engineering conference to expect Windows 10 this summer, earlier than originally planned. At a conference in Shenzhen, China, Microsoft announced that it would roll out Windows 10 in 111 languages and in 190 countries, a fairly complete worldwide launch. Multiple Chinese partners will join, including Lenovo, who will manufacture Windows phones, though it will only be for China and China Mobile.
Penn State University is seeking out members of the Kappa Delta Rho fraternity after police discovered a Facebook page full of naked women. A former member gave police the tip about the actions performed by the group. The private page was for all active members and alumni, and it had been used by members to post photos of unsuspecting victims. According to the police warrant, the page had over 144 members. Joe Rosenberg, the fraternity's national executive director, said that the university's chapter would be banned from all activities for the near future and must reorganize. Kraft Food Groups has launched a recall on over 6.5 million boxes of their classic mac and cheese. The voluntary recall began after some users noticed trace amounts of metal in the package. The boxes were sold throughout the U.S., Puerto Rico, South America, and some countries in the Caribbean, although none were sold in Canada. Kraft is advising consumers not to eat the macaroni, instead to take it back to their local store for a refund. Kraft's final words were, "We deeply regret the situation and apologize to anyone we have disappointed." And after the break, we'll have your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
Next time on Austin City Limits.
Tune in Saturday night at 11.
Hi, welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Mary with the weather, and currently it is sunny with a temperature of 28 and winds north at 14 miles per hour and the barometric pressure at 30.29 and rising. Tonight it'll be cloudy with a low of 25 and winds south at 7 miles per hour, and tomorrow it'll be cloudy with a high of 45 and winds south-southwest at 10 miles per hour. Looking around the UP, in Sault Ste. Marie it is 27 and sunny, in Manistee it is 33 and sunny, in Escanaba is 29 and sunny, in Menominee is 37 and sunny. In Iron Mountain, it's 39 and sunny. In Ironwood, 34 and sunny. In Houghton, it's 27 and sunny. And back here in Marquette, it's 28 and cloudy. Looking at your week ahead, on Friday, it is a high of 48 with a low of 27 and cloudy. On Saturday, it is a high of 27 with a low of 14 and snowy. And on Sunday, it is a high of 30 with a low of 18 and sunny. So weather is beautiful outside, all sunny all the time for most around the UP. So how are sports looking?
It's reigning champions in Alaska. Dallas Seavey has won the Iditarod for the third time in the past 4 years. He finished the 1,000-mile Alaskan race in Nome early Wednesday morning. Dallas said, quote, "It takes a whole team to get us here," end quote. Seavey was confident from the start in his team to defend his title. His previous 2 titles came in 2012 and 2014, while his father, Mitch Seavey, won in 2004 and 2013. In NFL news, a Pittsburgh Steelers neurosurgeon and NFL medical consultant reported that chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, is a rare phenomenon. This came in response to the retirement of San Francisco 49ers linebacker Chris Borland. Dr. Joseph Maroon, responsible for advising the NFL on head, neck, and spine injury, said, quote, "I think the problem of CTE, although real, is it's being over-exaggerated and being extrapolated to youth and high school football," end quote. Maroon studied 153 cases of CTE, 63 of them were former football players. Maroon said, quote, "We came up with 63 total cases of CTE in the last 2 years and a few more, but there have been 30 to 40 million kids who have played football during that period of time. It's a rare phenomena," end quote. The NHL is considering making some changes for the 2015-16 season, including 3-on-3 overtimes and coaches' challenge. Commissioner Gary Bettman said both proposals have potential to be put into effect at the start of next season. The NHL is trying to cut down the number of games decided by shootout, as they've seen the AHL have success with it. If coaches' challenges are put into action, coaches would be able to challenge any potential goal-scoring plays for goaltender interference. The idea received a vote against it 28-2 4 years ago, but on Tuesday was a vote being 29-1 in favor of being put into effect. Cleveland Cavaliers coach David Blatt said, quote, "We've got to finish in second place," end quote. After the Cavs lost to the Heat on Monday, the loss put the Cavs 2 games ahead of Toronto for the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. LeBron James played against the Heat with a tweaked right knee and has been prioritizing health over seeding for his team. Regarding the last month of the regular season, James said, quote, "Health and chemistry, we've got to continue to build our chemistry," end quote. When asked about the possibility of a Heat-Cavs series in the first round, Blatt avoided the question, saying, quote, "We're not talking about the playoffs yet because we have 13 more games to go," end quote. So time is winding down in the NBA season. I hear time might not change at all in New Mexico.
Yeah, it's involving one of their bills, too. Standard be a thing of the past in New Mexico. New Mexico is moving to take action of daylight savings time with a bill that would scrap the twice-a-year time change. This measure would keep the state on Mountain Daylight Time year-round. The iconic board game of Monopoly is celebrating its 80th birthday today. While you may not know it, the game is based around the streets of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Mayor Don Guardian says that Monopoly remains relevant in today's society. The game was born in 1935 when the Parker brothers bought the rights. So there's a lot of cheese stories going on in the news today.
Yeah, what's with all that?
Makes me hungry.
I haven't really experienced any metal in my mac and cheese. I hope you guys have had the same.
Yeah, it makes me a little worried about.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy mac and cheese for a while.
I haven't had mac and cheese in a while.
Not until all this goes down.
Yeah.
And that's all the time we have for you today at Public Eye News. Thank you for tuning in and tune again tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.